Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is truly unbelievable because we are witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime moment unfolding right now. Jong Suk, at the age of 36, is officially holding his wedding, and the identity of the bride has finally been revealed after days of intense speculation. From the shocking guest list to the emotional atmosphere inside the ceremony, we'll uncover every detail that fans around the world are desperate to know. Before we dive into this breaking story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our hottest updates. Now, let's step straight into the wedding everyone is talking about. The atmosphere across Korean entertainment today feels like it is vibrating with electricity. Fans are refreshing social media every second, reporters are racing to the venue, and even those who rarely follow celebrity news cannot believe what they are witnessing. Jong Suk, the actor who has dominated Asian screens for over a decade, is standing at the center of the storm as his wedding, kept secret until this very moment, unfolds right before the world's eyes. At 36, he is finally taking this life-changing step, and the identity of the bride, long hidden behind layers of speculation and rumors, has just been revealed, sending shockwaves through the entire industry. Every detail, from the location to the unexpected attendees, feels like a cinematic twist written specifically to keep viewers breathless. The wedding is held at a luxury villa located on the outskirts of Seoul, surrounded by towering pine trees and guarded more strictly than a presidential event. Guests must enter with a coded invitation, and the entire perimeter is secured to prevent paparazzi drones from flying overhead. Yet despite all the precautions, bits of information continue to leak out. A staff member claims this is one of the most emotional ceremonies they've ever witnessed, while another whispers that several high-profile celebrities arrived in disguise to avoid the media frenzy. Fans watching live streams outside the venue cheer every time a black van with tinted windows pulls up, hoping it carries someone they recognize. And then the revelation arrives, quietly, almost softly, but powerful enough to paralyze the internet within minutes. The bride is someone no one expected, someone whose name has been mentioned only in faint whispers over the last year. As she steps out of the bridal suite, wearing an elegant ivory gown with subtle hand-sewn crystals that shimmer like morning frost, the entire venue reportedly falls silent. Her appearance is calm, graceful, and yet undeniably overwhelming. Many guests later described the moment as a scene that felt like time had stopped, with Jong Suk visibly emotional as he waited at the altar. Even staff members who tried to maintain professionalism admitted they felt chills. Witnesses say that when the doors opened and the bride began her walk down the aisle, Jong Suk's eyes instantly filled with tears. This is not the cool, reserved actor audiences are used to seeing in press conferences or drama interviews. This is Jong Suk, the human being, vulnerable, joyful, overwhelmed by a happiness that cannot be rehearsed or staged. He wiped his tears quickly, trying to maintain composure, but guests say the effort was futile. The closer she walked, the more he smiled, and the more he smiled, the more the entire room seemed to glow. Industry insiders who were invited to the ceremony are calling this the most surprising wedding of the decade, not because of the secrecy, but because of the sincerity radiating between the couple. They were seen exchanging soft whispers before the officiant even began speaking, hands tightly clasped, as though the world outside no longer existed. Even the groom's closest friends appeared emotional, especially when Jong Suk reportedly thanked them for protecting this secret for so long. The vows, according to someone who overheard them, were devastatingly heartfelt. Jong Suk promised to love with honesty, protect with strength, and cherish with gratitude, while the bride's vow focused on growing alongside him, supporting him, and creating a life filled with peace rather than pressure. These simple words, delivered with trembling voices, were enough to move guests to tears. One actor who attended said it felt less like a celebrity wedding and more like watching two souls who finally found each other. Outside, fans are still gathering in massive numbers, holding banners and playing his famous OSTs through small speakers. Many traveled from Japan, Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, and even farther just to be near the venue. Some are crying tears of joy, others are still shocked, but all agree this is one of the most unforgettable events in Korean entertainment history. As soon as the bride's identity became public, social media erupted with millions of posts analyzing their relationship timeline, speculating when their romance actually began, and expressing disbelief that they managed to hide everything so flawlessly. What surprises many is that this wedding feels different from the typical grand events hosted by celebrities. It is intimate but luxurious, private but emotionally rich, simple yet filled with symbolism. Instead of over the top floral arches, the couple chose minimalist arrangements of white orchids and baby's breath, flowers known for representing purity, trust, and everlasting affection. Their rings are said to be specially designed, engraved on the inside with a phrase known only to them. Even the wedding menu reflects their personalities: classic Korean dishes, comforting food, and warm desserts that remind guests of home. A highlight of the ceremony happens during the private reception, when Jong Suk reportedly gives a short speech. Though he keeps most details discreet, he openly thanks his parents for their unconditional support, expresses deep appreciation for loyal fans, and finally, with his voice cracking slightly, turns to his bride and says, "You are my peace, my beginning, my home." The guests erupt in applause, while the bride gently touches his arm, trying not to cry. Someone captured the moment from afar, and the image is already spreading across every major platform. Entertainment reporters stationed outside are scrambling to gather information, interviewing stylists, coordinators, and anyone who might have even the smallest detail. Several major Korean networks have already prepared special segments dedicated entirely to this wedding, discussing Jong Suk's career, his rise from model to A-list actor, the roles that made him iconic, and how this marriage marks the beginning of a new chapter. Meanwhile, fan communities are exploding with emotional messages, some nostalgic, some celebratory, but all deeply heartfelt as they reflect on how much he has grown over the years. Behind the scenes, friends say the couple plans to take a short private honeymoon before returning to their work commitments. But for today, they want nothing more than to enjoy the warmth of their loved ones, the quiet of the evening, and the comfort of knowing they finally stepped into the future together. As the ceremony transitions into dinner, soft music fills the air, the lights dim, and the newlyweds share their first dance. According to one musician who performed at the wedding, this moment was so gentle it felt like watching two stars orbiting each other. As the night deepens, guests begin sharing messages about how magical, serene, and unexpectedly personal the entire event felt. Everything about this wedding shows that Lee Jong-suk, despite his fame, values authenticity over spectacle. He chose love over rumors, privacy over noise, and sincerity over performance. And that choice resonates powerfully with everyone watching. This is more than a celebrity wedding. It is a moment that defines a new era in his life. The world may still be buzzing, the headlines may continue for days, but inside that villa, in that sacred, intimate space, Lee Jong-suk and his bride are simply two people in love, stepping forward hand in hand, promising to build a future no press camera can ever fully capture. As the final lights of the ceremony fade and the doors of the villa slowly close, the cheers outside continue echoing into the night, carrying with them the love of millions who have followed Lee Jung-suk's journey for years. Today marks not just a wedding, but the beginning of a chapter written with courage, sincerity, and the kind of happiness that even fame cannot manufacture. And as the newlyweds step away from the crowd, choosing to embrace the quiet warmth of their first moments as husband and wife, the world watches with a mixture of awe and admiration. No matter how many headlines will appear tomorrow, no matter how loud the discussions become, one truth remains unshaken. At 36, Lee Jong-suk has found someone to walk beside him, not as a star, but as a man who finally chose his forever.